Hi YouTubers, I'm back again. Hopefully everybody out there doing fine. Me, myself, doing pretty good. Still hanging in there. Delivering a message or so. I'm doing this video. This is to everyone who out there who doing no contact to their narcissist or so. And I'm going to go ahead and dive right into this. When you are going no contact to your narcissist or so, there's going to be different phases that you actually going to be going through in the process of you going no contact to your narcissist, especially when you first starting out or so. You know, in this phase of you going no contact to your narcissist. And this could really mainly pertain to the ones who you know had a spouse or actually going with a narcissist or so. This message could actually really pertain to them. And I was actually sitting down one day. I was watching a movie or so. And this movie came out a while back. This movie came out, I want to say like 2001 or so, around that time. And the name of this movie that I was watching is called Castaway. The lead star in this movie is Tom Hanks, and he had worked for FedEx or so, and they deliver a lot of packages and everything. Airborne. They deliver it on the airlines or so, and what ended up happening, I guess they was going through a bad storm or so, and I want to say it was a hurricane or so, as I'm trying to remember. As I was watching this movie, I was doing a lot of things in the process, because I already seen the movie before this time I watched it or so. So it's been a while since I seen the movie for the first time. But anyway, that being said, this plane ended up crashing. This plane ended up crashing on the island, or near the island, somewhere near the island, I want to say, or so. And when I was continuously watching this movie, and what I had noticed, it was something in this movie that really had captured me. It really captured me in a way that words can't explain it. It captured me in a way where, like, it was a subliminal. It was a subliminal, and it really was like a parable of when you go no contact to a narcissist, and it really had reached out to me. So when I was watching this movie, and it was a part in this movie where he was actually trying to get off this island. He showed so much determination to get off this island. He was so determined to do this that he actually built this raft to get off this island, and he was willing to risk to go out in the sea, to find anyone who would rescue him out there, because he'd been on this island actually like 5 years. That's a long time to be on an island, and the only food he really survived off of was just the seafood alone. That's a while to be on the island. And he had built this raft to just go out, like out in the middle of nowhere, to be rescued. And so he'd rather take a chance on doing that than just stand on this island, to just die and rot on this island or so. And it was the part that was in this movie or so, that he was actually on his raft, and he had this soccer ball. He had this soccer ball, whatever. He'd been on this island so long or whatever. He had this soccer ball he was talking to or whatever. The soccer ball ended up cutting himself, or he ended up wounding himself in his hand. He got frustrated and threw the soccer ball or so, and it was blood on his hand. He had a blood print on the soccer ball. He ended up making a face out of it. And so when you by yourself like that, and you have no one else to talk to or anything like that, you your mind will come up with all types of ideals or so. So he ended up making this face out the soccer ball and stuffed it with plants, whatever, on the top, whatever. And that was his friend he was talking to in this movie, and he ended up having that on a raft with him. And as he was on the raft or so, out, on the shore or whatever, on the shore of the sea, and all these tidal waves was coming through, and the tidal waves was so strong and had so much of an impact. It was giving him a hard time to get, out of the range, so out of the range from where he need to go to, away from this island, to be out on shore on calm, on calm waters or so. And the part that was really a subliminal to me was that when he was going over the waves, and he was actually looking back after the waves was done. He was looking back at this place. He was looking back at this island, and he was just remembering where he was at. He was remembering, he was just looking back, and it made him feel a certain way. He was remembering where he'd been at all them years, and so all he knew. And then was the other part as he was sailing away or whatever, and it's like he was just moving on, trying to find a rescue. He was just moving on from where he was at or so. I'm actually going to play that clip. I'm actually going to play that clip in this video, so so y'all can see this or so. And from the part I play it at, from the part where it ends, each part to me, it represents something. It was like a parable that I can't explain in words. It's really not words I could find to really explain this or so, but it captured me. I can't really explain how this really captured me, and it was a parable. Each part represents something, and it was so much in a resemblance of going no contact to a narcissist. And these was the phases that was happening to this guy that was in this movie, that someone would experience going no contact to a narcissist or so. So I'm about to go ahead and play this clip. This really had captured me in a certain type of way that I can't explain or whatever. But here go the clip right here. I'm about to show it right now. So here it is.
You don't have to worry about anything. I'll do all the paddling. You just hang on.
Now, as you can see, what had happened is that, here this guy is trying to get off the island. He was that determined to get off that island because he know that if he stay on that island, there ain't no success. He know this island, he ain't gonna get nowhere. He just refused to stay on that island. And the island had represent something in this movie that I was watching. And as he was putting, the raft on the shore, and he was going out into them waves, the impact, all these big tidal waves was coming at him. It was hindering him from. It was actually hindering him, making it hard for him to, like I said, get out into the opening where there's calm waters out there in the opening and so. And the part that he was actually, as you saw him, he was actually looking back on this island. He was just, was looking back, and you could actually see the expression, that it was like home for him or so. And he was just pedaling away, just moving on and so. And I'm going to explain each part that you had saw in this video clip I just showed y'all, what it represent in your situation, or in a situation where you have no contact with a narcissist. The part where he was, from the beginning, whatever, to he was putting the raft into the sea or so. It represent that you get, that you are getting out that relationship. It represents someone trying to leave that relationship. You had enough of that relationship, and you want out. You want a way out. So that's what that part had represented. That's what that part had represented to me. And the other part that captured me as well is he was on, he was out there in the water, so all these waves was coming at him, all these waves, and that part, it represented, the emotions. It represent your emotions. See, it's like your emotions, it's them tidal waves. What they do is, when you try to go no contact, or you try to leave the narcissist alone, have anything to do with them, your emotions, that's actually, that actually trying to hinder you to have your full strength to move on and move away from this toxic relationship, which is the island. That's what hindering you, them emotions. And there's a part in this movie before this video clip I showed you, where he actually was tried to get off the island. He didn't really succeed, because when the tidal waves actually took him down, and he ended up getting injured or so, he ended up having to go back to the island and so. And that can happen to you with your emotions. Your emotions could just be so overwhelming. The tidal waves are your emotions, where you feel like you can't make it without that person, or you can't function right without being in that relationship, even though it's a toxic, unhealthy relationship. That's what this had represent, and you end up going back because the tidal waves of your emotions. And there was another part too, as he got past his emotions, as the waves, as I'm saying, you get what I'm saying when I said the emotions, whatever. As you get past the waves, which represent your emotions or so, the part that he was actually looking back on the island or whatever, it represent you looking back on all the years, all that time you put into that relationship, all that time you was with the narcissist, and that's all you know. You leaving something that all you knew, and all your investment, everything that you put your all into, everything that you built up on, it's like you was built up on a foundation, and you headed some place that you don't even know. You going on unfamiliar grounds that you don't even know, and you leave in some place that you know, that you're familiar with. It's like, all them thoughts, they're gonna start gonna start coming back to you. It's like you could be in, it's more like somebody being homesick, where they be away from home for a while, where they start missing that or so. That's that part what it represent when you go in no contact. The island, him looking back on the island, represent you looking back on all the time you was in that relationship. It could be years, even months. When you're in a toxic relationship with a narcissist, even months feel like years or so. Trust me, I know. I truly understand that. And that's what that part had represent. And as he was sailing away or so, and it's like that part represent you moving on with life. Here it is, he out in the middle of nowhere. He out in the middle of no man's land. Don't know where he going. Have no direction at all. All he was doing was just getting away from where he was at. And that's what happens when you go no contact with a narcissist. It's that you are getting away from where you used to be. You don't know where you heading to. It feel like you ain't going anywhere, but you want to get out that relationship, and you just want to remain no contact or so, and you just want to get away, and you just feel like you on unfamiliar grounds or so. So I'm really here in this video to tell you this. I'm here to tell you this in this video. If you are going through this, if there's someone out there who are actually going through this in this process right here, and to the people who have went through this and made it out of this, to the people who made it out of this is pertaining to the people who are going through this. If there are people who made it through this, they already know what it's like to go through this. They already know where they've been at. And this could be exemplified, and it could be a good example to the people who going through this. And for you who going through this right now, the person who made it through that, and I'm telling the person who made it through that had made it, and I'm telling you right now in this video, if you could make it through this, because the simple fact that the worst people you could ever get with, the worst relationships you could ever get into is narcissistic relationships. I already know, trust me, I know how this is, being in these kind of relationships, and these are the worst people you could ever deal with. If you can make it through this, you can make it through anything. I'm here to tell you that. If you make it through this, you can make it through anything. The person that made it through that, they already know where they've been. They already know what it's like. And it's no reason to look back. Don't look back. There's nothing there. No matter what your emotions tell you, no matter what them tidal waves tell you, sometimes you go back because it ain't easy, because you feel like you know no other way. You feel like you done put so much time into this person, but all the time, every time you go back, you end up just even getting worse abuse, or you end up just getting your mind even more tormented and make it harder for you to get out. And there's a certain part of you want out, but you don't know no way out. You feel like you can't get out. I can understand that part. But if you look back, you just headed to the same thing that took you through all the abuse and torment. Always remember this. You left that relationship for a reason. You left that relationship for a reason. And for the people that's out there that made it through that, you can look at yourself right now and you see how much stronger you are than what you started out with. You're stronger now than what you started out with. At that time, it seemed hard that you couldn't make it through it. And you can exemplify this to the people who going through this right now, that try to make it through and have no contact with their narcissist. And I'm here to tell you in this video to hang in there. Hang in there. Don't allow don't allow your emotions to move you. And I'm letting you know right now, it's not going to be easy. And it's not easy at all. You know, you can, a lot of stuff that your mind could do, you know, a lot of stuff that happened, this person could do love bombing, you know, all this type of stuff. You got to remember why you left out that relationship. And I'm here to tell you now that it never end good with these people. It never end good. You never get to walk off into the sunset with these people. It never end like that. It always end in some type of disaster or big disappointment. And you'll probably notice yourself, you sitting down saying to yourself, if I could only have walked or got out of that before when I had the chance. You know, if you in this stage right now having no contact, stay no contact. It's essential to you to stay no contact from these people. And although your mind trying to tell you a lot of things, you know, the what ifs, it could have been this, it could have been that, you know, and sometimes what happened, you'll forget about the bad times or so, and you'll start thinking about the good times. You end up going back and you end up getting more abuse. And then there's other times where a lot of stuff that the narcissist says to you or whatever, all the things that, the bad things that happened to you and been said upon you, could just replay in your head like a tape recorder over and over and over again. And it could weaken you, and it could hinder your strength. It could hinder you. And I'm here to tell you in this video to hang in there and don't allow your emotions to move you. Always remember this. Your emotions will lie to you. They will actually lie. Your emotions lie. And what I mean by that, because once you over this narcissist, once you over that relationship, everything your emotions tell you don't have no effect on you anymore. You over it and it's done. And you start to see all the healthy people that's in your life. You start to look back and you start to have a clear mind and think and say to yourself, what have I been thinking? I've been with this person. It's hard to believe that now. I know it is. It's hard to believe that. But once you start to see your self-worth, once you start to see there's better people that could come into your life, you know, you'll start to see everything from a different angle, getting out that relationship. What's happening to you now while you're going no contact because you feel like you got to start all over again, and it may seem like the narcissist moving on with their lives. And all it is to the narcissist, you know, it's narcissistic supply. That's all it is to them. So don't be fooled, or don't feel a certain way because you feel like they moving on with the next person, or you know, they have this happy-go-lucky life with this other person or whatever. Trust me when I tell you this. Nothing don't mean anything to them. You know, it's just about narcissistic supply. That's all it is. And it lets you know this right now. Always remember this. The narcissists do not love you. And they never did. No matter what they say, they got a good mouthpiece to talk. But they never loved you. They never did. And they never will. It's not love. You know, all the word is just what you could do for them. It's just, you were just no more than just an object, no more than just a merchandise that served the purpose in the meantime in that narcissist life. That's all it is. And you could be with these people for years and years, and on top of years, it will get you nowhere. Will get you nowhere. You will just live a miserable life with this person, and you deserve better than that. So I'm here in this video to tell you that, and I always want you to remember that. And always remember this: if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. You know, stand up. And what I mean by stand up, you can stand up for something of yourself because you better deserving of that. All your thoughts, everything will come to you. Your strength you will gain your strength. And if you a God believer, you know, in the Bible and everything, there's in the scripture saying, when you are weak, you are strong in the Lord. You are strong in God. And He is watching. And He is taking care of you. And He is always with you. Just remember that. And He close. and He's close to the brokenhearted. So you are not alone. He's always watching you. So hopefully this video, I shine some light on somebody day or so watching this video. And so just always remember, people, stay narcissistic free, live a healthy life, go out there and enjoy life, go out there and explore the good things because you deserve it. Or so, this is the life that is prepared for you. It's the good life. Or so always remember that. So people, take good care out there. You maintain. Have a good day. And thanks for watching this video.